What's up guys, Kainra here with another Hearthstone match commentary between Kripparrian and Trump. We will see the game from Trump's perspective for now, but we will switch over to Krip once it's his turn. For now we see Trump's hand and he has a Defias Ringleader, an Eviscerate and a Backstab in his hand. Let's see what does Kripparrian have. Kripparrian has a Novice Engineer, the legendary Lore Walker Chow, a Shiv, and he also seems to be mulliganing Big Game Hunter. Let's see what will he get instead of the creature. And he gets a Backstab. So first turn begins, it is Trump. Trump decides to not play anything this turn, so it's Kripparrian's turn. Kripparrian draws a Cold Light Oracle, and maybe he will decide to end his turn as well. Yes, he will do that. So back to Trump. Trump draws a Deadly Poison. And he will use his daggers. And that's it for his turn. Kripparrian now draws a Cold Blood. And remember that he also has a coin, so he can make some potential plays here. And he is indeed hovering. No, actually he will not coin, he will use a Novice Engineer and draw a Shadow Step, because the Engineer lets you draw a card for free. So back to Trump. Trump will use Deadly Poison, which buffs up his weapon. He will also use a Defias Ringleader, which summons another rogue, a 2/1 creature. He will also attack with his weapon for free, getting rid of the little engineer. He passed the turn over to Kripparrian. Kripparrian draws a Eviscerate for this turn. And he still has his coin. He can play literally anything he has in his hand right now. Let's see what will he do. He can play the Lore Walker Chow if he so desires. He can also play the Cold Light Oracle. He will most certainly play a creature this turn. Well, actually, not necessarily. He can also Eviscerate if he so desires. But for now, he is still choosing. He also can Shiv. Yes, and that's exactly what he will do. He will Shiv the little rogue, successfully getting rid of it. So it's only the Defias Ringleader on the field right now. Well, not anymore, as he just Eviscerate combos it in the face, so the board is wiped out. Back to Trump. Trump drew an Azure Drake this turn. He can play a Perdition Blade if he wants after he uses his weapon. He can also Eviscerate, but he decides to attack for now on for 3 damage, and he will indeed use the Perdition Blade, which allows him to make additional 1 damage for Kripparrian, or to Kripparrian. And that's it for his turn. Kripparrian's turn. Kripparrian decides to perhaps use Cold Light Oracle, as he's deciding to maybe play it. Yes, he did decide to play it. So Cold Light Oracle on the field, making both players draw 2 cards, because that's the battle cry of the little Murloc. And he will also Shadow Step it back to his hand. He still has 2 mana available to him. He can play a creature if he wants, or a Shiv. Let's see. He decides to use his hero ability, daggering it up and passing the turn over to Trump. That rhyme was not intentional. And Perdition Blade coming out from Trump into Krip's Rogue for 2 damage. Also an Azure Drake on the field right now, which lets Trump draw an additional card. And also he has a spell power +1 thanks to the Drake as well. Back to Kripparrian. Kripparrian plays the Cold Light Oracle once again drawing an additional card, actually additional 2 cards, a Big Game Hunter and a Vanish. Trump got a Pirate and the Twilight Drake. And once again, that's because the Cold Light Oracle lets you draw 2 cards. It goes for both players. So Kripparrian hovering over Cold Blood, thinking about maybe buffing the Murloc, not Marlock. There is no such creature as a Marlock in this game. So he shivved the Drake for 1 damage, and also comboed. No, he didn't combo. He just backstepped for additional 2 damage and hit with his dagger for 1 damage, and the Drake is no longer on the field with us. He has 3 mana available as well still, so he can still potentially make a play if he so desires, but he will probably not do it as he's hovering over the end turn button right now, and that's exactly what he did. So back to Trump. Trump has a full hand right now, so he definitely needs to play a card right now, and he does play a Twilight Drake, which was a very good move because it gains +1/+1 for every card you have in your hand, making it a 10/10 creature. Very strong creature. He also played a pirate, which the name eludes me. I think it's a Dread Corsair, which is a 3/3 taunt, which can also be played for free when you have a weapon equipped. A very strong creature for a rogue, and that's what we have on the field right now. Kripparrian's turn. Kripparrian will vanish, making the creatures go back to Trump's hand. So Trump's hand was full, so the creature that he drew got destroyed. He definitely needs to play some cards once again. And the Twilight Drake, once again back on the field. Again a 10/10 creature. And a comboed Eviscerate for 4 damage into Krip's Rogue. Krip is at 16 health right now to Trump's 27. Back to Kripparrian. Kripparrian will need to do some very good plays right now if he wants to be back in this game, as he has a 10/10 Drake facing him right now. Actually, no longer, because the Big Game Hunter got played, and Big Game Hunter destroys any creature with an attack greater of 7, then 7, and that's exactly what has happened. So Krip has the board control. He was thinking about playing the Cold Light Oracle once more, but he opted not to do it. At least for now. He has 4 mana available. He's thinking about playing Lorewalker Chow, a legendary creature. And this creature lets you draw a spell anytime one of the players actually casts a spell. So when you cast a spell, it gets copied into the enemy's hand. But instead, will it be Leroy Jenkins? Yes, it will be Leroy Jenkins! And Leroy Jenkins hits Trump in the face for 6 damage, giving Trump 2 little whelps with 1/1. Oh, and also Krips returns Leroy Jenkins back to his hand with a Shadow Step. And he might just play it again next turn. But now back to Trump. Trump used Deadly Poison on his weapon. And he also backstabs the creature. He also plays Dread Corsair once more, eviscerates Krip in the face, and attacks him for 5 damage with the deadly poisoned weapon, and also with the little Drake. So Krip right now at 5 health, he will need some really good plays right now if he wants to come back to him. He will need a taunt creature if he wants to survive next round, or honestly I'm not sure what else can save him. He can play Leroy and do an additional 6 damage once more to Trump, but that will not be enough. But he will indeed play Leroy Jenkins once more. He will Cold Blood him for 10/2 creatures right now. He will also Faceless Manipulator him, so that makes him have 20 damage on the field right now that can potentially go to Trump. But it's only 20, Trump has 21, so he will survive this attack, and if he won't do something right now, the game will end next turn, because Krip will be dead. He has only 5 health. He needs 1 more damage in order to win this game. Huh. Well, no, that backstab only does damage to minions, so that's not enough. That won't save him right now. He also can't Cold Blood because he's all out of gems. Wow, that's pretty crazy. 1 more damage and Trump would be toast, but he won't because, yeah, he lacks 1 damage. There's nothing more to it. Yeah. Actually, yes, Krip surrenders. There was nothing else he could have done. Trump emerges victorious. Very entertaining match. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if it was a little shaky, as it was first time for me trying to cast with 2 monitors so I can switch between the action of the 2 players. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next commentaries. See you.